Hello and welcome to Jemma's Window. If you have followed the calculations in the box below and come to the conclusion that you are a power year number 8, then you are at the right place. Okay, just to review how to get to that power year number, I do get a lot of questions on that. Let's say your month of birth is a 7. And let's say the day that you got born is the 12th. Well, we want a single digit number to add to our 7. So we're going to take your birthday of 12 and we're going to add 1 plus 2 and get 3. Now with those two single digit numbers, we'll add them together. We have 7, your month, 3, the day of your birth. We add 7 and 3 and we get 10. We still want a single digit number, so we add 1 plus 0 equals 1. Now, we're not done yet. Because we're in the year of 2019, 2019 is represented with a 3. So, take that 1 and add it to 3, and you have 4. That would mean you're in the power year of number 4. Okay? I know it's a little confusing, but thank goodness you only have to do it once a year because you'll have the same number for 12 months and it won't change again till next January. Alrighty, so this reading is for the power year number 8. If you are a power year number 8, it means that February is the month of 1 for you, the month of new beginnings. And I'll always remind you of what those numbers mean. But I do want to give you your tip-top days for the month. Power year number 8, your power days, your super-duper days in the month of February are the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. Those days will pack a punch across the board for you, or potentially pack a punch for you if you want to do something special on those days. Now, if you're looking for a job, and that's going to be the first section that we work on, if you have a job or if you're looking for a job, those best days are February 3rd, the 12th, and the 21st. And then we're going to be going to the romance section. So the best day for romance for you, power year number 8s, in February are February 5th, 13th, and 22nd. Yay! Okay. We have more special days. If they're applicable, I'll bring them up to you. But otherwise, let's begin. And let's talk about what 8 means and what the month of 1 means. So, this is a little bit tricky with the power year number 8. It's a great year. It's a great year. The little bit of tricky is it's a karmic year, which means payback. Payback can be good and payback can be challenging. And sometimes the karmic payback can be from past lives. So you're saying to yourself, why is this happening? I always was so, honest in this area of my life, or honest with people, honest with money, because it can be payback from another lifetime, and that can throw a guy. Besides that, 8 is about completion. You are at completion. You are completing a cycle in your life. And it's a great year for money. It's a great year for financial reward. It's a great year for recognition when it comes to work and job. Now, the month of 1 that you're in, 8s, that's about new beginnings. And it's not just new beginnings or planting seeds of what you might like to happen down the road or within the year. It's also about standing up for yourself and apart from other people. You might have some original ideas. It might have to do with work. It might not have to do with work, but you might find yourself standing alone, like the cheese, so they say. Okay. Let's begin our reading. I'm going to pull some cards about people who have a job and how's that going for you. Okay, so the first card that I'm pulling, the first card that I'm pulling is the Moon card, and you know, for those of you who are in the know, the moon card can oftentimes mean that at work, or perhaps in the recent past, or even if in the past, you've been let down. You've been let down at work. You've been disillusioned at work. You are feeling lousy. Perhaps we're finding you at a time that you're feeling lousy at work, or you have questions at work, or you're wondering, am I going to move forward at work? Ironically, I have right next to you is the Wheel of Fortune card. And the Wheel of Fortune card is a super duper de-duper card in the deck. However, in this particular case, I have to say, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune has pushed you towards this or these moments of confusion or delusion or letdown, because it's getting you ready for something better. I actually feel like this is a karmic lesson that you're in the process of learning. And if it's not so bad, then bully for you. Because a karmic lesson can also be something very, very positive, that you've paid your dues in the past and that you're actually going to be receiving something really, really good, or something that you really appreciate. But in this moment, in this reading, at this time, I actually feel like you're questioning something. You're wondering about something. You're let down about something. The next card that I have is, you don't know what to do about it. You don't know what to do about it. And I feel like the suggestion to you is that if the present job that you have isn't going in the direction that you had hoped, planned, or were told it was going to go, I feel like you're not supposed to do anything. You've done everything, and now it's time to sit back and wait and see what happens. You're in a month of new beginnings, so those new beginnings can be happening around you. You don't have to be orchestrating those new beginnings. I want to just pull one card on this for you to get some more insight about. Okay, is there anything else that Spirit, the universe, Source would like us to know? Yeah. I have the card that is my don't strong arm in this situation. Be kind. You're going to get a lot farther by being kind and being nice and waiting to see what's coming to you. Next month, you're in a month of 2/8. The month of 2 means teamwork and working together. This new beginning, this new opportunity might just be right around the corner. Let it come and happen to you. Don't push, don't force. That's what they're saying as far as those of you who have a position right now. Let's pull some cards for those of you who are looking. You are, okay. A card just fell out of the deck, and I'm going to go with that. I'm going to pull some more, but I do want to show you it's my Magician card. Now, Magician is the major arcana card, and it's really pulling it out of a hat. It's either you or someone around you is going to make something fantastic happen for you, and it is the beginning. It is the first step. Happens to be, coincidentally, you're in a month of 1. This is the card of 1, where the Fool is kind of considered the 0 card of the deck, and the Magician is considered the first card of the deck. It's the beginning and the implementation of something fabulous, something new coming your way. So if you're looking for a job, that is one heck of a nice card to get. You are in a month of 1 of new beginnings. It looks fabulous for a new job. You're in the year of 8 for financial success or career success. Looks great for a job. The other interesting thing about 8, and I will remind you monthly as we go what these numbers mean, is that the month of 8 is, the year of 8 is about not being a victim anymore, taking your power back. Do you realize that when you blame others, you're giving your power away? Because a situation then cannot change unless somebody else changes it, and you don't have control over that. But you do have control over you. So in this year, I will be harping upon where can we get your power back in a situation. So when you're looking for that job, and I do want to pull a couple more cards for that, you already know a person you can rely on, or you are that person that is going to make this new sensational idea, job, project, if you've got a job, it's already in motion to happen. Okay, I want to tell you that I feel like you have been doing your homework. So if you've been looking for a job, you've been pacing yourself, doing your homework, getting that extra education that you need, the extra certification, Googling. Google is your friend. Googling for information, Googling to find the right company. That could be the magician card. The right headhunter. That could be the magician card. The right relative who has an in to this particular place you would like to be employed. You've been doing your work, and now, boom, you're at a wonderful time for it to happen for you. The next card that I get is the having it all card. So it's coming up for people who are looking for work, but I'm going to extend that card to people who are looking for improvement at their jobs. It's the having it all card. So it means that you've got the family, you've got the home, you've got the job, you've got the raise, you have it all, you're moving forward. This is really, really nice, eights. And it's really a pleasure to give you that kind of good information. Let's move on to relationships. Okay, so let's take a beginning look at February for those of you who are in a relationship and or beginning a relationship or beginning something new, because you're in that that month of one. Something new is happening, and is this where you're going to have to stand apart and say, I don't want to live with your family anymore? And is that where you're standing apart and you're standing up on your own? Or you're saying, I don't want to be with your friends every weekend? These are just examples. And we don't want you to be a victim in a relationship either this year. We want you to take your power back and say, if you can't do what I need, then let's revisit the relationship. Okay, these are just examples. So let's take a look at those of you who are in a relationship. This is also going to be for those of you reconciling, because that's the card that I have. So now I've already pulled 2 cards for you that I've already pulled for business. So oftentimes I'll find in these readings that you'll get a similar thrust, a similar message across the board for the month. And I believe that's happening now. But the card that I pulled for where are we talking, you are in a relationship right now in the month of February, I have the second chance at love card or the reconciliation card. So for those of you who possibly have broken up, or have been on rocky road, you're going to have a second chance. For those of you who feel like the one that you wanted got away, you're going to have a second chance with this present relationship that you're in. That's very, very nice. Now, again, I've got this magician card, and it's where you're coming from. So I feel like, again, it's this, you've got this karmic thing going on where you've been pushed together, or you're being pushed together with the right person, with the person you're supposed to be with. And once again, I have coming into being is that just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. You don't have to do anything. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And I'm going to pull more cards for those of you who are not in a relationship, but I'm thinking that this is going to reflect you as well. So we've covered if you're in a relationship. We've covered if you want a reconciliation to happen. That's going to happen. But it's also the second chance at love card. So I feel like that's kind of reaching out to those of you who are looking for that relationship. So let's pull cards for those of you who are looking for that relationship. Victim no more. It's a new year. It's a new day for you eights, and I was going to say demand, and then I was going to say command, and so maybe I'll lessen it to suggest. Suggest what you would like, and be clear about what you're looking for and what you like this year. No victiming for you. Okay, so for those of you who are looking for a position, what I'm getting here, or some of you, I'm getting the Tower card, and the Tower card is something that needs to be mended and something that's fallen apart and may have really thrown you for a loop. So I feel like that sounds a little victim-y. So I would like to address, for those of you out there who say, I can do nothing right. No, I did everything I could, and why didn't it work? And or I put myself out there, and why isn't it working? That's the blame game, because you're saying I did everything that I can do, but I put it into someone else's hands and they didn't come through. And we want you to stop that. We want you, not me, but the universe, your guides, the numbers that support you, your cards, are suggesting to you to revisit the victim mentality about being single and take a good hard look at the facts of what you've contributed to yourself to meet someone and how you can move forward tweaking things to maybe make them a little bit better. I had given this example to someone else this month, but I'll give it to you too, that I have a very good friend, and she's a little younger than, well, not a little younger than me, she's younger than me, and she went on a dating site. She got her nerve up, she got out there, she was walking, she lost her weight, and she got on a dating site that's a very popular one, and nothing. I mean, you know, you could hear the water dripping in the background. Nothing. And she was like, this is like the worst rejection of all. This is hideous. So she got off of it, but she didn't give up. She heard about another site that you had to be 50 or older, and she was almost that age, and so she hopped on it. My God, she was like the belle of the ball. She was the belle of the ball. She had so many people requesting to talk to her, to see her, to meet with her. And, you know, that's another story, because that's exhausting too. But she didn't fall into victim mode. She said, what else can I do? I'll research some other sites. I'll give it a try someplace else. And that's what your cards are saying for those of you who are single out there, eights. It's a new beginning. It's a new day. And what I love is that you're going into the Ace of Swords card. Now in my deck, you see, I have my own meanings. Oh, that's telling me I'm running very late. I have my own meanings. Then I have my clients associated with the cards, and then I touch the cards mostly for clairvoyant visions and intuitive feelings as to what is the card saying about you. And what this is saying is that you haven't touched upon yet all the things that you can to promote yourself, to better yourself, to get a better profile, to find a better avenue of meeting people, and you're going to fight for it. And if you do, you're going to end up with better results than you ever imagined. That's what my Ace of Swords cards means to me. What you've had in the background is that you've let things slide a little too much. You've let people kind of do their thing. And I don't want to say walk all over you, because that's not what everybody's doing out there. Just because somebody's not doing what you want them to do doesn't mean they're walking all over you. They're just being themselves, and they may not be the right person for you. And it's like you're trying to figure that out, and you're trying to tweak that, but by making somebody bend, you're making in the past, making somebody else bend and be who you wanted them to be, the cards are suggesting that may have, let me just be blunt, blown up in your face, or in a gentler way, may not have turned out exactly the way you would have liked it to. It's a new day, you're in the month of 1, you're heading into the month of 2. That means that working together, teamwork, relationship. And it can mean breaking up. So if this is still going on, you may be wrapping that up next month. Really good stuff here, 8s. Okay, let's move on to, last but not least, because I don't want to keep you too long. That's why I have my timer on. I want to shuffle these cards, and I'd like you, 8s, to think about a situation in your life. Any situation, be it business, be it love, be it something completely different. And I am going to pull cards about what's the best possible outcome we can expect. All right. Come on, new cards. We need some new cards, okay? And I got a new card. I don't want to get the same cards all day. I like different cards. Keeps me going. Very nice. So, you're going to think that I'm a record repeating myself here. In the situation that you're in, I feel you distressed, a little dissatisfied, and if you're not dissatisfied, you're still kind of on the edge of your seat, hoping and waiting. It's going to be okay, and it's going to work out. And it is. As a matter of fact, it is. Something shook you. So you're thinking about this situation, and something has rattled your cage. Now, the specific card that I have is, I tell my clients it's my rumors card. And it means that you have heard stories, tales, rumors, theories, suggestions from people who are gauging their words by their own personal experiences. And that's, what does that mean? What does that mean? I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that that was good advice for you, because their perception of their situation was one thing, that was yesterday, and you're in your own situation right now. And I've got you on the cliff. Look at you on the cliff. Oh my goodness. Look at all these lovely relationships and things that you've had happen to you, and yet you're on the edge of this cliff and you're sitting there and you're like, what's going to happen next? I'm not sure. Well, what I have is a wonderful card. I have the 10 of Cups card, and that's that the relationship goes smoothly, the relationship gets back together. It means that that you find the right person to help you solve your issues, is that you don't have to rely on just yourself in the end to come to a conclusion, that you will have help, and it will come to a very positive conclusion. Again, you're in this power year of 8. You're in this month of 1. So perhaps something's been going on for a while, and it's finally going to be coming to a conclusion, or you're going to be able to see the writing on the wall where things are looking up. Things are looking up. Good for you, 8s. You've had a great reading, and it's been my pleasure to give it to you. Thanks for joining Gemma's Window. More information about me or private readings is on my website, gemmaswindow.com. And, well, oh yes, if you'd like to subscribe, please do. I'd love to have you. See you next time, 8s.